Hello everybody. Hello everybody, welcome back to a Chairboy journey. And it's new season time. Third season, championship. Second season, let's go. With a new season, it brings us transfer special, yes. I mean, that wasn't like that. But was it just showing you transfer special transfers, isn't it? I have made transfers. As you can see, I'm spending over my transfer budget, but what we're going to do first, we're going to have a look at players that have gone, that have left us. Very sad. In memoriam. Starting with this one, and as you know, it's Joe Jacobson. He retired at the end of the last season after a long time here. He's obviously spent 2 seasons with him, and we'll all remember that season in League One with his 22 assists and 10 goals with penalties. What a man he was last season. Still a good season for him. And at 34, he did it. He finally made it to the Championship and played. As you can see, League One and League Two, since he left Cardiff in 2006, and he came back and he did it. Joe Jacobson, I applaud you. Thank you very much for your time here. And as you know, he is retired now. Maybe one day. I mean, that's... The next one also retired, Mr. Wycombe. He is a coach here now. Has been for a while actually, but Mr. Wycombe did finally retire, and what a season, and what a career he had. Joining Wycombe in 2003 on a free, it's been 18 seasons here. Of course, towards the end of his career when we got him, he made 12 appearances, a real kind of big player, despite his 12 appearances in our promotion season, just coming on, putting his foot in, especially in the running. We used him quite a lot. And then 4 appearances in the Championship again, another one who finally made it after leaving the Championship, never played a game. He came back and he did it. And Mr. Wycombe stays on as a coach. Matt Bloomfield, his name is, for anyone's not sure, but what a man he is. And again, thank you, Matt. Thank you. Darius Charles has also left us. He is another one that's retired. Injuries is what hampered his time here. Was a big player with Stuart in the early days in League One, but got injured so many times, and with Kevin Locko's arrival, just couldn't get in the team and didn't play last season. So sadly, we did release him, and he retired off that. He knew. It's a shame. He could have done a lot here. He didn't, and I feel awful. But again, thank you, Darius. We will remember you. Curtis Thompson's the next one as well. Never really did it for me. 18 appearances in the promotion winning season, which again actually it was a fair bit. Went out on loan last season, did very well at Bristol. Hasn't found a club unfortunately, but it's a shame. Hope he does, and I hope maybe we'll come to him again. Don't know when, don't know where, but we'll meet again, Curtis. Thank you. Now on to the meaty bit, the actual transfer window, and I've had a mare. I've saved it slightly, but I've had a mare. It's been a long hard. Let's just talk about it, shall we? Sam Winnall's gone. 300k isn't actually too bad. I mean, his man, he came off the bench, and I actually looked back, and he did score a few goals for us. Good goals. 3 goals, but some important goals. I just figured he was on 5 or 6 grand a week, which for us is one of the high earners. So we got him off. He's gone to Rotherham in League One. So thank you, Sam, but it just wasn't meant to be. I think it was a risk at the time. And then our next one's a sad one. Jake Forster-Kasky. He'll be remembered for that goal against Middlesbrough. Basically gave us the safety, and I let him go. Again, he was on a lot of wages. He was on a lot. 6k is a lot for us. 550k I got for him. I just thought, at 27 years old, he just wasn't. It was. I think I panicked a little bit with the way issues. Oh, well, undoubtedly, did Swansea didn't go up, did they? Let me check. No, so he'll undoubtedly score against us. But I just thought, get his wages off. 500k for him. It's a good deal. So thank you, Jake Forster-Kasky. We'll always remember that goal. But it's goodbye for now. Wes Burns is the next one, and this is probably the biggest mistake. Just depth reasons. Gone to Ipswich, League One. 29 appearances, 4 goals and 5 assists actually isn't too bad. Yeah, I panicked with him. I just panicked. We did get 300k for him, so we got back what we spent. But yeah, I panicked a little bit. I think he just wasn't cutting it, and he's someone a bit more. So you'll see who I've got. Yeah, and another panic one. David Wheeler just wasn't happy. Great season for us last season. He's gone to Portsmouth again for 300k. Considering he was got on a free before our arrival, get a bit of money on him at 30 years old. I think I just wanted to go in a different direction. Again, a little bit panicking, but he was on a lot more than that says. So I think in the end it was the right decision to make. So David Wheeler, a massive thank you. You know, you got us up, you kept us there, but now it's time to move on. So thank you, David. Of course, arch enemy went back on loan and has subsequently signed for the San Jose Earthquakes. It's a sad one, but he just didn't perform consistently enough. And I think he'd gone anyway, so I couldn't have got him. But it's a shame. Thank you, arch enemy. We've had some good moments. Co-attacker went back to Man City and has subsequently signed for West Brom for 1.3 million. I did look, but I just couldn't afford that at all. A good season with us, but because of my stupidness with loans, he didn't play as much in the second half. A good season, got a few important goals as well, so a shame. Attacker, we thank you as well. Tahith Chong as well, a big player for us in the second half of the season, you know, kept us up. Couldn't get him back on loan. They just wanted wages wise. Yeah, they wanted us to start paying them now, and I just couldn't do that. Not at $2,000 a week. So a shame, but I think again we have improved slightly on this front. Finally, Mavro, remember you well, came in and steadied the ship. Again, they wanted stupid money for his wages, and we couldn't do it. So those are the players that obviously gone back on loan. Players that have been released, players have gone. It's time for the ins, and there's not many as last season, but there's a few. Start with a loan, shall we? And I'm very pleased with this signing. Ben Wilmot. He's on loan from Watford, so fellow Championship side, but he's a good player. You know, you look at his heading, marking, passing, tackling. For what we want, he's a player. He's an upgrade on what we had. You know, Championship player potential, but obviously we haven't got him for that. Hopefully we can. You know, had a bit season, 11 appearances last season, so he knows the division well. He had a good season the year before at Swansea, so hopefully he'll be a big player for us this season, and he'll come up big. I'm hoping. I've got a lot of better than this guy. Come on, Ben. The next signing, he's back, 3rd season in a row. He only played one, led, and he'll get a proper crack at it this season. Suspended for the first game, of course, but a big player for us, you know. Good season at us last season. He's under 21, coming up in the Championship level. He's quick. He runs at people, he can get crosses in, he can do defensive, and we don't have to pay his wages either. So, big signing for us. I did look at other options, but wages-wise, when you don't have to pay him, he was just the better option. And there wasn't too many other loan players that I wanted instead. So Ethan Laird comes in. This is the big one. Loan signing, Jota from Benfica. Yeah, this is where I messed up lightly. A good player, but messed up my finances. We have him in on loan. We're paying 925k, but I think for the player we've got, you know, he's crossing, he's dribbling, his first touch, he's able to pass the ball, his technique, he can shoot, you know, he can cross. Mentally, he's good, he's solid, he's flair, physical, agility. I've never had to play with flair before, so I added a little Portuguese flair to my Wycombe team. Spent 2 seasons having 2 alright seasons at Forest. Probably expected more, but I'm hoping he'll, you know, come and pick up form for us and pull us up the league. He got injured, so that was great, but, you know, good player. Really pleased with him. Jota. I did go slightly over the loan thing, but it's not what you think. It's just a backup left back, so he won't play that often. Can play as wing back as well. From Norwich, you know, just solid for a backup, and that's what I needed. So I can rotate players. For someone who's not going to play that often, I can rotate him in and out. So, Rob Nizet, welcome. The next one is, we're on to freeze now. Ethan Eharon. A player that I actually signed, I think January, it was a board signing. Good young player, good for the future. Potential to do it in this league, maybe beyond. So played in Scotland, so a bit of a risk, but I think again as a backup midfielder, will do a job. Ethan Erhan, welcome. Next, and I'm really pleased with this one, it's Nathaniel Ogbetter. Heading, marking, tackling, he is very, very good. Corner tactics, we've got him. He's a man, he is, He spent a season on loan in Bulgaria, been at Man City, suited to this level. He's as good as Wilmot. He can play in hopefully we'll get a good partnership going. He's one of our players for once. Central defender, just solid. That's what you want from a central defender, just a player who's solid. So 20 years old, really happy with that. He's young. He can head, mark, tackle, which you want from a defender. Mentally, he's very good. Natural fitness is good. Pace, jumping reach. We've got a player here, and hopefully he can get some goals from corners. Next one is Lee Evans, who's a midfielder. Spent time at Wigan most recently. He's been around the Championship for a long time. He's about 28. Good player for the Championship, very well suited. He's an international, long shots are very good. He can slot into that midfield if we need him. Deep line playmaker, attacking playmaker, Mazzala. Whatever we want to do, attack, defend, he can do it. His first touch is good. His passing's good technique. He can shoot. His heading's okay. Finishing's good, He's aggressive. His anticipation is what you want in a Championship player, Gets his foot, he's solid, can shoot. What else do you want? Midfielder on a free. Really pleased with Lee Evans. Come on, Lee. Now you might recognise this guy, Ashley Hunter. Bit of a lower league wonder kid, really. In recent games, Football Manager games. Being at Fleetwood, had a loan spell in our first season in League 2, where we did quite well. He got 7 goals in League 1 last season, so this is his step up, this is his chance. Bit of a risk by me, he was released. I just think, he's a player that will improve. He's decent for League 1, but as a backup to, Dicko and Brewster, he can also play on either wing, so, we've got extra cover there. I think he's got it. You look at this. He's finishing 14. Free kick taking is 10. He's always going to have a free kick taker. Dribbling 12, so he can run with it. He can cross the ball. He can shoot from far. His technique's good. Anticipation, composure, decision making will improve slightly, but as you can see, we're already having a look at that. Off the ball, he's good as well, and he's quick. So Championship player again, 25 years old. I think Ashley Hunter. I'm expecting big things from you, Ashley, so don't prove me wrong. Right, the only player we spent money on, again, it's a kind of a youth signing, 55k, not a lot, and I think he'll be a good player. Potentially Championship, but maybe beyond. Midfielder, he's just extra depth, can play defender, can play CDM, can even go push him up to the attacking midfielder if needed. So 20 years old. His first touch is 15 already. He's passing 12, tackling 15. Already he's a good player. So stick him in the under 23s. A player if we need him. 20 years old. He's one of those. Good signing there. Arthur Ironton. Finally, he's back. 23-year-old Paul Smith returns after a season away. We had him on loan in our first season. Sort of 11 goals and and got 7 assists in 37 appearances. Had a season in the Championship at QPR. Didn't do it, didn't take to it. 22 appearances, so obviously it wasn't too bad to be massively dropped, but just didn't get the goals or assists he did in League 1. We took a gamble on him, on a free. He's quick. He's agile, his passing's good, his first touch, he can cross, he can dribble, he can shoot from far. He's a great player, and he's one that we remember well. As I said, I've taken a risk here. He likes us as well, so I think it's a risk, but it's one we need to take. Trying to get players this window was really hard. Not many players released. We didn't have many, so it was very difficult to get players. So I think on a free, Paul Smith, you ain't going to get much better than him. So, welcome back, Paul. We're expecting big things. And this is the team we go for, and I've learnt a lot after last season. And first of all, is that this might need to change. I've been very stubborn with this for some reason. I'm not normally like this, but you know, this is the team that we're going to start with. But I've brought players in who can, move across, move backwards. I think the one thing I didn't do last year was drop when we were losing lots of games. Drop our midfielders back. So I've learned a lot. Which after playing this game for over 10 years, I should have known already. But so yes, we'll start with this. The only difference, obviously, I brought Robertson. The only other difference would be Laird, who's suspended. So Robertson going to stick with in goal. You can rotate with Super McGee if needed. Borthwick Jackson continues at left back. Had a strong season with us last year. This is his chance really to kick on and show. We had a bid for him that I nearly accepted. We had a bid, I didn't accept it, but he's a future Premier League player, so a good player for us to pick up on the free as well from last season. So, he will continue to be our left back with Liza if needed. Ogbeta and Wilmot, who we've both looked at. Wilmot playing a defensive ball playing, didn't really have that before, so someone who can actually pass the ball and know when to smash it up. So many times, one of the reasons the tackle was dropped was him just booting it forward and it just coming back at us. 09, of course, will start. He's more important than really, because he's solid, but because he can play right back and midfield, and you can, have an argument for him pushing him further forward if needed, bringing him back, playing left back. He's got it all, really, Luke, so I'm really pleased with him. A good solid season for us last season, so he will continue. 21 appearances last season, so hopefully he'll continue with that. Midfield, Garner and Kevin Stewart will continue their partnership that they have now developed. Kevin Stewart, one of the best signings really. Umdenard, got him in on a free. He took a pay cut as well. Good season. That defensive player that we need in the middle of the park. Garner on the side, got him back on loan for the third season in a row. Been a massive player, assists, scoring goals. Took a step back last year, goal wise, but contributed a lot more. He was the guy who was getting the assist to the assist, so really happy to have him back, and those two will create a good partnership with Evans, who can come in now, Thunder Holt, who had a great season last season. So midfield, we've got lots of options to kind of swap it around if needed. Yotta and Smith, who I've showed both, on either wing, and then of course Ryan Brewster, again on loan for his second season. 15 goals and 5 assists last season. Big player for us. Hoping to score more than goals than that this season. He scored 12 at Swansea's first season in the Championship. 15 here. Can he get higher? And I think he can. Lots of blues there. One of the best colours on mine. Yellow's the top, blue's second. So, massive player. Don't need to say much. We know him. And Nua Dicko will get one more season with us at least. Big player for us, come up when needed really. Arguably stepped up a lot when Brewster didn't. Also got 15 goals and 5 assists, so they worked very well as a two, and they will continue. And we keep Kashket around as a backup. We also have Jakubiak, who we haven't seen much of as well, and Hunter. So it's a team built on a shoestring budget. We will look at our season preview though. So we're expected to finish 21st. So of course we finished higher than that. Was it 16th last season, 15th? Squad average age is 24. So, Ethan Hahan is our hot prospect. I think it's a team, So, okay, this will tell us. So, salary, we're spending 6 million. MK Dons are spending 5. So, we're not the least this year. Luton has spent 7, Charlton 8, Watford at the top. Let's see, 40 million they're spending. Bournemouth 48, who've just come down. Villa 42, Huddersfield 29. So big wages. Again, we're up against it again, but I have faith in this team. I had a real crisis at one point. I thought we're gonna have to leave, gonna have to go somewhere else, but we got through it. So I haven't even started yet. I'm having a crisis, so. We'll see. How will, a Chairboy journey is going to end when Wycombe come to a natural stopping point. And that could be, I just can't take them anymore. We might find ourselves bottom after 10 games and actually I need to move now, and I will. I want to continue this save, and we'll start a project elsewhere. So it's one of those. I do have. I'm actually quite positive now for this season. I think we can get a mid-table finish, but we'll see. It's all to play for, you know. Season hasn't started yet, so first game of the season is Charlton at home, and we follow that by Cardiff away. Remember that first game of the season last year, Cardiff, massive game. It was like last minute. So, and then we got West Brom in the cup. So next video, I'll bring you the 2 championship games. And then after we'll do a Carabao Cup special for the episode afterwards. So it's in both of my saves, it's season starting time now. We're jumping into this. Next game is Charlton. First game of the season at home. Be there. Come and join us. Charlton at home. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like. If you want to see more content like this, then please press that subscribe button. As I said, I got a Palermo save going alongside this. I'm also streaming on Twitch at Hugh24. So if you want to go and head over and look at that, we are playing as Solihull Moors, so similar to this save but starting further down. Go and check that out as well, that'd be much appreciated. If you want updates on all of my content across all platforms, then follow me on Twitter at HughJ24. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Hugh24, and hopefully I'll see you again. Thank you.